the special day that we all run this seminar for all of you, and especially for master degree students that they are now is going through and write down their research report. So in order to be easy for all of them, so that's why we open up a special call, we can say special talk or special seminar for the day, just only a short time. Alright? But I hope that that will be easy, and I hope that you all guys get it, and it's like resources for you guys to write out your research report. And today we have four presenters. The first one is Mr. Philip. Second one is Mr. Oeun. The third one is Mr. Somara, right? And then the last one, Mr. Oeun. Right? We are from the different universities, we are from the different colleges, you know. But here we are only one way, that is PSBU University. Thank you so much. So let's start our presentation today. We will talk about how to conduct the research, right? Actually, in the agenda list, we have such a definition of research report and component of research report, the beginning of material in research report, and in research report we have five chapters. The first chapter is called introduction, second chapter is called research review, the third methodology, the fourth finding and discussion, and the last one is the conclusion and recommendation. So in another one is reference. So this is like the whole body of research report that all of you need to do that. So now let's move to another point, talking about definition of research report. Hey, let me hear from you, everybody. Have you ever heard about the report, research report? Who have know before? Can I ask Mr. Preah, or can I ask the one? Someone, right? Yeah. Who are from different university, right? From different university, right? Yeah. So far from different university, so talk about and research report. Who know it? Okay, and Mr. Preah and Mr. Somara, can you move to his face? Mr. Preah, can you tell me a little bit about research report as your experiences?
That's good. According to my experience, I think research report is kind of a report that we conduct after research in order to collect the information according to our particular subject in order to finish our graduate degree, something like that.
Okay, thank you so much. So thank you so much, Mr. Preah, that tell us about what is research report. Hey, I would like you to look a little bit about what is research report. Research report is systematic collections, analysis, interpretation of data to answer to a certain question, to solve a problem. What I mean? Research report is like a chain, you know, chain, the what, the what, from one chain to another chain. If you do not follow up each chain, somehow it is not like it is not called a research report, So you must be from the first one, and it must be systematic, What it means systematic? Systematic refers to one step by step, according to the simple of research report or format of research report. Such as I mentioned just a moment ago, in research report it has such an introduction, literature review, methodology, and data analysis and conclusion, right? So this is systematic, right? And it's related to the analysis of the data. What we collect the data, and the data must be analyzed, Okay, to find it out. Okay, that is called research report. You can sum up more than it, right? That is research report. So let's move to another point. All right, in the research report, normally it has the components. What it means about component? As I spoke just a moment ago, the component such and chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, chapter 4, and chapter 5. But before we move on to the chapter 1, chapter 2, 3, 4, and 5, we need to go the beginning of material. So in writing research, so what do we have? The first one, we need to have the material such and the title of the page, abstract, and so on. So we need to go to talk one by one later. Okay, so now beginning of material. What is it? The beginning of material. In the beginning of the material, it has a title page, it has a table of content, abstract, supervisor statement, and candidate statement. So what it means about a title page? Hey, if we talk about the research, perhaps it has the cover of the book, the cover of the research. That is called a title. Cover, normally it has two covers. The first cover and second cover. Alright? A front cover. Alright. That is called title page. And then after that it has content. What do you mean content? Content. We're going to go to a little bit right here. A title. Right. You can see this is the first page and second page, or first cover and second cover. That is called title. For example, your research topic is talking about teaching literature in this university in year 1 or year 2. This is one research report topic. Okay, so you need to write down on this with the supervisor, associate supervisor, right? So that is called a title, a first cover and second cover. And the content, right? What do we mean by thinking of content? A content section we write in chapter 1. Chapter 1 talking about introduction, chapter 2 talking about literature review, and so on. But you need to write down the content. The content, it means that the page, the page that you write in your chapter 1, chapter 2, 3, 4, 5, blah, blah, blah. Then you need to write down the content, right, after the title, after the title. So that is called a table of content. Abstract. What do we mean by the abstract? Abstract. Somebody asked me, hey, what is abstract? I say, abstract, it's like a summary, a summary. So how can you write down the abstract? Normally, the abstract, you can write it down after you finish your research report writing. When you finish all your research report writing, that is easy, you can write your abstract. It's like a summary of your whole research report, from the beginning until the end. Alright, so that is abstract. Alright, so abstract is like a summary, it's like a story. A story is like what I asked you to write down as assignment is like a story, one story, right? One lesson, one chapter. So you need to sum up it. Alright. So you need to sum up it. When you sum up, it's look like abstract, So abstract in our research report, you must talk about from the first until the end of the chapter. For example, we have 5 chapters. The first chapter is called what? Second, and then blah blah blah. And especially you quote the finding. Right, the finding. What it mean the finding? Finding it means that something that is like what you find out in your research report, what you find out in your conducting the research. All right. So we will move on. Hey, this is like a sample of abstract, a sample of abstract. So for a candidate or master degree student, perhaps you will have it, we will send. And especially for the supervisor, they will have and then send to all of you. All right. You will read the same for abstract, but do not copy. Just only read for idea. Thank you. And this is also a supervisor and statement. I think it's easy to supervisor statement refer to and the supervisor that and clarify that. Right? Supervisor will clarify that and your research report is not a copy from each other, is not copy from the other one, and we will resign. Okay? He will sign and then it's okay. Alright, that is called and supervisor statement and declaration. And let's go to another point is called candidate. So actually in the bachelor degree, 5 in one group, right? There are 5 members in one group. However, in this master degree, no. You are not allowed groups as a 5 person in your group. So only one as individual. Alright. So you need to conduct your research individual. Only you guys, one you single sign by yourself. Alright. That clarify that this research report is conducted by yourself. No copy. Alright? No copy. So that's you clarify. That is called candidate statement. And acknowledgement. Acknowledgement, somebody asked me that how to write acknowledgement. Alright, I will say a little bit. Somebody asked me how to write acknowledgement. Hey, in one university, according to the in my way say anagram, but perhaps in the English chronology call or chronological organization, you know. It's like that, you know. So, but you need to send to first your parent. Still the same thing, right? Because your parent is the one who give you the birth. Do not say, hey, I would like to say send to my professor, the supervisor first. No need, right? Supervisor is the second or the third. The first one, your parent. This is how to write your acknowledgement. Second one, perhaps you can write to send to the rector, something like that, you know. Second and the third, perhaps your supervisor, and then your relative, and so on. All right. So this is the way that you write acknowledgement. Because some students still wonder how to write. They don't know clearly how to write acknowledgement. It's according to your idea, but I just give you some idea how to write the acknowledgement. Thank you. Keep on. So we will look at the background of study. In introduction, we have some points such the first point is background of study. Second point is statement of problem. The third point is purpose of study. Number 4 is the research question, and number 5 significance of the study. This is in one chapter, right? In one chapter. The first chapter is called again introduction. So in introduction, it has some points such as on the slide like this. The first is background of study. Second point is statement of problem. The third, purpose of study. The fourth is research question, and the last one is significance of study. So we will go through point by point. Okay, this one is background of study. So what do we mean by saying background of study, or how to write a background of study in your research report? Can you go to slide a little bit? Background of study provide understanding of issue, problem, study, reason for conducting the research. All right. You got it? So, in sum up, background study, it provides understanding of issue, problem, study, reason for conducting the research. Hey, it will give you the reason why you research it, right? Because This is the reason. And it will give you problem that study. It will give you the issue, understanding the issue. Alright. But when we talk a little bit like this, you might not understand well. But when you read the other research or another one research or Mr. A, Mr. B research, you will understand why they write or how they write the background of study. But in our lesson today, it provides understanding of issue. What is the issue? Alright? What is the problem? What is the reason? So it provides you the understanding of all the points of those problems. That is called background of study. We will go forward, right? Yeah, it has 3 more steps, but I would like you to go to check because we have a slide and then study one by one later on. We will go to a statement of problem. What is it? Statement of problem. Everybody. So no, the statement of problem.
Statement of problem, according to my understanding, I can say kinds of the opinions or the kinds of the document that be different from the other researchers in order to show that the problem is related to our topic that we are doing right now. Its meaning is that we have to consult with any research before that found that our topic is consists with some issues or problems so that it can relate it to each other and then we can research about it. That is my viewpoint.
Alright, thank you. So you understand the word elaborate from proposal. What is it?
It could be derived from the proposal to be what?
Mr. Somara, can you tell me a little bit because you finished already one research when you did your bachelor degree in research. A statement of problem.
I think the statement of problem we refer to the way that we define some document there that we want to research about. Like maybe in your research report, you need to find what is the problem of your research report. So you need to find some document in order to make your research report more stronger or get more different. Yeah.
Hey, for example, your research report topic talking about teaching literature in the second language in year 1 or year 2 in this university, right? So what problem? Okay. If you want to know about the problem in teaching and learning, alright. So it's called the statement of problem. Because we want to know that what the problem happened to the student, happened to the teaching, happened to the class. That's why we conduct the research in order to get to know the problem. Alright, so that's why we say statement of problem. See that? For example, we find out that we see that the problem happened to master degree. What the problem that happened to master degree? What is it? The student do not know much how to write the research report. You must find out why the student, why the candidate could not do it well. Alright, so this is one topic. So you will conduct your research, then you will know that why. Alright, so that is called statement of problem. Alright, thank you, keep on. And the purpose, it's like related to each other, the purpose. Alright, the purpose of study, it's linked to each other, right? If you understand the first one and second one, the third one, that is also related to each other. The purpose, why? You see the purpose, right? You do your research. Wow. Let's say mà ta tu nó mấy ca sắp ra ra dương trong mà này là vậy mà này là vậy mà giàu sẽ. Alright. Alright. So the purpose of study ta nghiên cứu nó là what is your purpose? Alright. Thank you, people. And research question. Hey, in one research, it must have the research question. If you don't have the research question, how can you conduct the research? For example, in master degree students, they have a problem with, they don't know how to research. Alright. So we quote or we set up the question. The question, say why? Why they don't know how to research? Why they don't understand how to write the research? Alright, this is the key question. Alright, when the key question like that, it might be called research question. Because we research just only on what related to our question answer. It's like the question, why? Right? Why the student in master degree, they don't know how to write and research report well. So we need to ask the student, so what? Alright? That is called research question. And normally research question is not broad. It's like a narrow down, a small point to say. Alright? Normally it's like that. If you ask the big question or the broad question, your research must be very, very long. It's like that, you know. Thank you. So we will go on to another point. That is called significance of study. Significance of study. Significance of your research. When you do your research, so what is the importance? Significance is like importance of your research. Can you tell me a little bit about your idea, the significance of one research? For example, our students do not understand well how to write a research report. Alright. So when you do it, what are the importance, right, for all of us? Here, significance of study, significance of your research study. Can you tell me a little bit?
Significance of the study because of the importance of the research, our research, and so focus on to our topic that is what is the important for the research. So the significance is we talk about the something that we think that is important in our research, and we want to contact to the reader and or the and to show about to the of our research.
Thank you so much. You are not clear so much.
I think a significance of study as I encounter for professional research.
Can you speak
Significant
about
for significant we refer to the game, the two things that we need to compare. Like sometimes it's same data, sometimes it a little bit like different data. So when we conduct, we need to compare two things. Yeah, like we study about to study two things. So we need to find out the same thing and the different thing. Yeah, if we have a lot of reference, we have a lot of document, compare it, our research will be stronger. Yeah.
Thank you so much for all of you. What is significant of the study? It's like the importance, important. You research it, and what do you think about? You research for what? It will give you what? For example, you find out and the data that the problem that the student in master degree face in writing their research report. When you find it out, you understand, you know that the problem why the student could not, the problem why the student can do. So this is what you find out the result. When you find out the result, it's very important for all the people the next time, for all and the other student, the next generation, the next and student. I mean that the next class, for the other people, right? They want to read it and then get it understanding about, and this is why the student could not write down their research report. So they get the answer. All right, that is one the significance of study, because you study, you do your research report and get the result, get the data, get the finding why. All right, and then it is the important for you, for all of you, and the second time to read all the other people to read it as the document for you, and it will be published. It's like that, to all of you to read the next time. All right, then you solve the problem. All right, when you know that why the student could not write it well, you get the result, you get the finding why. That is the one you and solve that problem. In Khmer we say, "Chu chul ai chom nóiដែលហើយតែបានធ្វើមិនកើតហ្នឹងហើយកាលណាធ្វើអត់កើតគឺជួសជុលអាហ្នឹងឃើញលទ្ធផលហើយយកមកជួសជុលអាហ្នឹងយកមកចាក់ថ្នាំជាបាក់ហ្នឹងដើម្បីឲ្យជាកន្លែងហ្នឹង That is called significance of study. I think it's finished for my chapter, the first chapter that is called introduction. Then we will move on. The second chapter is called literature review, and please welcome Mr. Khoem.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
And maybe some student here, who's music I never seen him before. Okay, it's my first time that I came here. I was asked from Mr. Philip that let me come to have more related to research report. Yes, Mr. said, Mr. Philip said. It's very important for the students who are doing master degree. It's also important for the students who are studying U1, because this is your future plan. That if you wish to finish, even though if you finish your master degree, if the university requires to do research, you also follow the step too. But for this section, our most important section is for the student who study master degree. As we know that our research report that we are going to focus, we have 5 chapters that we said. The first one related to the introduction, the second one related to review, and the third one related to methodology, and the fourth one related to finding and discussion, and the last one related to conclusion and recommendation. For my point that I'm going to hand you from Mr. Philip related to literature review. Have you heard about this term? Can you share? Have you heard about this? What do you understand about the literal review? When you hear someone ask you a question, when you do a research, okay, what does the literal review focus on in your research?
Just reading through the past research related to a topic or a problem.
Okay, yes.
Later on, we further research and see whether the other past research is done, the topic or the problem you're searching for, or the gap you're searching for.
Yeah, yes.
The problem.
Okay, thank you. The most important that I put together that we already plan to do a research on any topic, but to make sure that what is our topic related to, that you need to review. So, do we have any professor or scholar that already did the research on that and do the benchmark? Okay, to answer this, I would like everyone to see the following question, and the following question will tell you what's the meaning to the first one. We are going to answer the question to what is already known about this area. Okay, so actually the topic that we are going to research maybe or it's surely that we have some scholar or professor or the other people already did the research about that. Okay, so it's something related to what we are going to research. And the second, what is the concept of theory that relevant as is the concept? Okay, thank you. And the third one, what's the research method or strategy have been used in this area? Different topic of research, different field. Okay, the question or the method or the strategy will be different based on if the research related to education, the strategy or the method that we use for education field is different from someone who do research on the lab or science. Okay. Another one, sometimes when we do the research, we need to ask the question, okay, are there any controversy? You know, what does it mean by the term controversy? When something is controversy is
Something like opposite?
yeah, opposite.
Against?
Yes, opposite. Sometimes one research only show that or stated that, okay, to solve this problem we have to do this. But in the actual, in the reality, it's different, opposite. Okay, so that's. Are there any inconsistency in finding? What does it mean to word inconsistency? Inconsistent. When we talk about something inconsistent is
When we talk about something consistent, it means something follow with the flow. But inconsistent is opposite of that. It means that something that's not in the flow or in the category.
yes, sure. It's like when we find out, it's also show about the agreement of what we found or what we have to do and inconsistent. Okay. And the last, are there unanswered questions? Sometimes the research that you are going to find did not answer by someone who did the other thing. Not all our research that can be answered. Some research up to now is still not answered by someone. Okay? So there is still the mystery, okay, that we are going to find that we will research. Okay, here in overall about the review, this is the summary. A review also work related to the problem that you attempt to solve. What you are going to solve, you need to review about that. If you are going to solve a problem related to the opportunity of the young learner in one area and going to start a school, example, why that the number of the people who register or enroll to the school is limited. We need to review related to what we are going to do, what is our plan that we are going to solve. Okay? So we write the review because this is some reason, not what we already stated, not mean that how only this reason. Just simple reason that why we need to do literature review. Okay? The reason is rely on to the topic. Okay. Like for example, you need to do review because you need to know what is already known about your research area. Yes. And the second, you can learn from the mistake of the other. Sometimes when you look at the other research already written, and you see the mistake, then you can learn from the mistake and you can make the new one. Okay. And then you can learn about the different theoretical and methodological approaches to your research. Okay. It may help you to develop analytic framework. You know analytic framework? This is the most important in the research. When you do, we have the framework, you have clear system, you have clear tool that you have the frame.